Kids stealing, woo, wheeling, dealing, niggas in writing, jet flying, son of a gun, and I'm having a hard time holding these alligators.
You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. Yeah, we Ric Flairing on them niggas. It's apparent these girls staring. I'm Ric Flairing, gold across my chest. I'm fresh to death, I'm Paul Bearing, not at all scary. When I open like Betty Wops and find to these circles that's going in like a carry shot. Woo! I'm going in like a Mary Pop off that Mary Crop at the top floor at the Marriott. So questioning me is like questioning you. See, we the best dressed, so come and get blessed with the crew. Not one but two, different ways to slaughter your crew. Committed tat across the chest, I guess she blessed with the truth. People want to see them checks, representation of proof. Living through my elders trying to resonate to the youth. But ain't nothing to get my flash on. Longevity is heavily embedded in my melanin. Layman terms, I last long. My grind repetitive, I'm smoother than real silk. Lyrical cash cow who can't cry over spilled milk. We in here. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. This ain't no normal situation, it's preparation with greatness. Industry full of fakeness, it's really up for the taking. See, life is what happened to you, more so how you take it. Don't get stripped of your knowledge and mentally leave you naked. I like to live otherwise. I'm sorry that I'm fresh to death. I put the polo and apologize. See, black son, we ain't nothing like the mother guys. Quit to socialize, we organize, then we mobilize. Off the deep end like a scuba diver. And no confusion, just keep it pushing like Uber drivers. Woo! Business fresh just like a supervisor in a Gucci visor. Can't find a smoother rhymer. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. We Ric Flairing on them niggas.
Yeah, DQ baby. Shout out that boy Nigga for that fire track. Hey, Black Sun, sun up. What's up, Vinny Vegas? What in Vegas? Yeah. Shout out Pharaoh's Kids, D-Phase, yeah, Bubba C, yeah, Ric Flairing on them, Ric Flairing on them, Ric Flairing on them, Ric Flairing son up, baby.
Hey, yo, Scotty, you going crazy for this one. We see what you're doing, we salute you. Hey, let's get it started. It's backpack, capital one. What's in your wallet? Got a call from my man A. Scott. I said I got it. Love that you highlighting all of these black colleges. Try to pay me for doing this. Look, bruh, if you don't get off my line with that foolishness, voice of the SWAC, pull up where you at, no cap. If the Brody is speaking the soft facts. My advice, tune in to every show. Captain Petty, but we know that the sergeants with the smoke. Speculate, just tell me what is we doing. Get into it, okay, look, I'ma say this and keep it moving. My boy Scotty, man, he offered a leash. Black grad, paying college, I'm glad that he called me. Walking cause we all been taught that talk is cheap. Even primetime knows Scott for the HBCU streets.
Man, listen, I be trying to tell y'all I got the hottest song on YouTube. I mean, I got the hottest theme song on YouTube. I'm trying to tell y'all that. Shout out to my man Boy for making that happen for me. Hey man, listen, we are back in the building. Me, the boy wonder. All right, Blue. What's good, Blue? Talk to him.
What's up, man? Appreciate everyone tuning in.
Hey man, they love a little round table in the week. They love a little round table in the week. All right, so real quick, I got a couple announcements before we bring on our special guest today. First of all, you already know what it is. Rest in peace, young Dolph was shot and killed today. Prayers go out to his family and everything like that. So, rest in peace, young Dolph. Next up, all right, I will be at the Jackson State and Alcorn game. All right. So if you see me, say what's up. If you hate me, say what's up. If you love me, say what's up. All right. I ain't listen. I take them all coming. You going to the game, Blue?
Nah, man, I couldn't get off work. I graduate in 2 weeks. They were not having that. So next year.
Oh, sniggity. Everybody give a happy graduation in the chat for my man, Boy Wonder Blue. Let's get it. All right. And also, after the show, me and the missus, all right, we're doing a late night show, top 5 male and female singers of all time. No genre. All right. So if you love you some bluegrass, some country, whatever, make your list. Bring your list to the party. All right. And then we can all have a big discussion about everything like that. Give me one of your top 5 singers of all time, Blue. Just one. Give me one.
So for me, like growing up, like I listened to a lot of the music that like my dad listened to. I'd have to say Chris Cornell is definitely in my top 5.
I don't know who that is, but okay.
I figured you wouldn't. I knew exactly. As soon as you asked me, I was like, we on 2 different pages, bro. Like it's all good. I'm like,
I don't know. But it sounds good. All right. So directly after the show, bring your list. It's all gravy, no genre included. All right. Now let's give it up. Listen, you already know this man. He's famous around these streets. They call him Southern royalty. All right. You know what I'm saying? He is the band man, the Smash Time Productions. Please give it up to my man, Smash Time. What's going on, my boy?
What's good with it?
And chilling. So we're glad to have you on. We're supposed to have you on with Dr. Cavill, but we know you had some storm and weather issues, had a blackout, but it's all good, guys. You can get back on the channel.
Yes, sir.
All right. So listen, you already know how we get started, guys. Quick recap. Thoughts on week 11. All right, I'm going to go first. I'm going to pop it off. Listen, you already know who I'm going with. Should I say anything less? Andrew Buddy! Come on, man. You already know what I'm rolling with. I'm rolling with Andrew Buddy and the crew. All right, Alabama A&M. What a hell of a game. We kind of called it in the roundtable. Said that they was going to go over what I think I said like 75. They had like 100.
I called 100. You put 70. I said you got to bump it up to 100.
Yeah, they did. They got 100. They definitely did get 100. So it was a crazy game. Wow. I think both teams had 500 yards of total offense. Just no defense. Just straight 7-on-7 football. But it was entertaining. Can't lie. And the 4th and goal call by Coach Dwayne Taylor with the play action.
Brilliant. Yeah.
Oh
great.
man. Oh, A1. All right, Blue, it's on you. What you got?
Oh man, I'm gonna go. For me, it's that Alcorn PV game, man. I mean, the tale of 2 halves. I mean, if you turned on the game and watched just like the first 3 quarters, you'd be like, okay, Alcorn won by like 40. But I mean, Jawan Pass and them guys never gave up. They made it a game, and it's just the fact that it ended in the controversy it did with the forward progress and the fumble. I would much rather that game ended on a field goal, give me a pick. But the way it ended in controversy, I think both fan bases are going to go back for years saying that PV should have won. It was a fumble. Alcorn should have won. But you got to look at PV and be like, why weren't you ready for that game? That was your game of the year, and you didn't show up in the first half. So for me, that was like the biggest game of the weekend for me, and that's the one that kind of caught my eye.
That's real. And I like where you're going with that, Blue. Just real quick before I get to Smash, is that how do you not show up in that? Like, if that you clinch, you win this game, you clinch, you ain't got to worry about it. You can lose to Texas A&M Valley, whoever you want to lose. You got it clinched. You didn't show up. You didn't get the job done. And, Alcorn fans would say, we took it from the grasp of defeat, but whatever. All right, Smash, it's on you, my guy. What you got? I kind of know where you're leaning to. You ain't got to say too much.
You already know, game of the week, Southern versus Jackson State, man. It was a great game, Doc. Huh?
I said, oh, really? Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah, man. It was a great game. If you haven't been to the Boombox Classic, man, I encourage anybody to go. You know what I'm saying? I was, I've been to multiple Jackson games this year. been to multiple Southern games this year, so I wanted to see it from so many spectrums, and of course, you know the band. I'm gonna just say hats off, Shadur. He's that dude. I mean, Scott, I know sometimes you give him a hard time early in the season, and coming from me, you know what I'm saying? You know how I feel about Jackson football team. Shadur is that guy. You know what I'm saying? Hats off to Southern University football team too as well. They put up a hell of a fight. Minus the coaching situation, that was a lot of BS. I also feel like they just like let the gas off. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, it was a great game. Atmosphere was crazy. I normally like the game better in Jackson Stadium. It's just something about that atmosphere. But I think this past game created something different. Like our stadium, it was like off the charts. You know what I'm saying? So it was a great game. You know what I'm saying? The refs fire all of them. If Spike, if you're watching, please fire all. Now let me tell you why. You know I have my facts. So I record everything high quality, 6K, 4K, whatever you want. I'm recording that every game. You know what I'm saying? I have that play before halftime, the touchdown run. If anybody want it, I can send it to you. I slowed it down, I sped it up, and I put it in real time. It definitely was a touchdown. They had no respect for that female ref on the left-hand side. Every call that she called was like, even on both sides of the ball, because it was one time Jackson, I don't know if one of the Southern players jumped off sides, and they freeze the clock when that was supposed to be a free play for Shadur. It was supposed to be a free play touchdown, but they stopped it. They whistled it. I'm like, what? That's a free play. So, you know, I mean, of course, I'm a Southern fan. You know, I can easily say they cheated both sides, but the refs was garbage the whole game on both sides of the ball. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. I can easily say. So if anybody want that, I actually emailed that video to the SWAC. I don't know if what they gonna do with it, but it's really some BS. And yeah, like I went live after the game, and I just wanted to know. You know what I'm saying? The fans wanted to know. The question I had is Southern that good, or is Jackson overrated? So that's the question I have for the fans. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to roll with it and say Southern's that good. I don't think Jackson is overrated. I'm going to say they're that good. The coaching staff is just, I'm ready for them to go. You know what I'm saying? That's just my opinion. But to say they ball like that and it's a damn classic game, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to call it. So that's my question, because, you know, it is what it is.
Hey, Blue, you want to take this one? You want me?
Go ahead, man. I gotta think this one through.
I think. Listen, football is a game of matchups. That's literally what it is. It's a style of fights. And Southern style of play fits the style of play that Jackson State doesn't do well, right? So, well, I don't want to say not do well, but if you can block up Jackson State, you can be successful against them. And your offensive line is one of the top offensive lines in the FCS. Let's call a fact. You have one of the top offensive. I'll say probably like maybe top 10 offensive lines, top 7, whatever. So that plays to your hand. Now, the rest of your skill players, they're hit or miss, but your offensive line does allow you to do a lot better than most teams would against Jackson State defensively, because that's the strength of their team is defensively. Now, your defense and their offense, to me, it's just straight talent. They just out talent you. I mean, so to answer your question, I don't think Southern is that good. I think they're a good matchup for Jackson State, and I think, like you say, rivalry games, you throw the records out. I would never say Jackson State is overrated. I think their fans overrate them to what they could possibly be, but if you go down to the wire with a Southern team that you're supposed to beat by 2 touchdowns, in my opinion, 2 to 3 touchdowns, you're overrating your team, but they're not talent-wise, they're not overrated. I think people overrate their team, but it's on you, Blue.
Yeah, and I mean, also, we mentioned it on the roundtable last week. None of the transfers, I think, understood what that rivalry was. These guys come from Power 5 schools. They're all young. I don't think they knew what they were going into when they entered Munford Stadium this weekend. I don't think they knew what to expect. And early in the game, you could tell, I don't think they were exactly ready for the moment. And I think that kind of played into the fact that it was closer. I mean, I think it's a little bit of it might be a little bit of both. I still don't think Southern's a great team this year because they have some major deficiencies at key spots. But for me, I just think it was Jackson State's players aren't the type of players that they usually have. They didn't understand the rivalry. It was the first night road test for that team as well in a very, very hostile environment. So I really think it was more about just, like you said, the matchup, the rivalry, where they were playing, what time they were playing, and also on top of that, just all the emotions surrounding that game. Is just
real.
It's hard to put into words. Just like any big Power Five, Michigan, Ohio State, you could throw out the records. Auburn, Alabama, throw out the records. Florida State. Like, you can take all these giant rivalries. Oklahoma, Texas. The emotion in that game and the passion in that game, you could just throw everything out. And I don't think Jackson State was ready early for that.
That's real. Like that, Blue.
I'm gonna use that take out the record, especially for this upcoming weekend, because I will be in the building. Yeah. But all right, that's good stuff.
All right, now, hey, Smash. Now, mind you, some of these games me and Blue can't pick because we do predictions on our channels. But any games that you want to call a winner or put a score out, you're more than welcome to do so. All right.
Can I start right now?
No, we ain't. Whatever.
All right, shit. All right.
All right. PV, Texas A&M, first upcoming game for the week. All right. You got Texas A&M. I don't even know if they're still ranked at this point in time. Are they still ranked? 11th?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're not 11th. They're not 11th anymore. I think they're like right around 20th or something like that, because they lost to Ole Miss.
Woo,
they lost to Ole Miss last week.
Woo. Okay. So the question is how should PV play this game? Do you bench your players, or because we know they're gonna lose? All right, we know they're gonna lose. All right, but it could be a close game. But how do you, knowing that you have everything to play for against Valley, how do you play this game? Do you bench them? Do you play them? What you got, Smash?
At this point, I don't think they have the room to even bench players. You know what I'm saying? Simply because a lot of those players are seniors. You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna say bench them for the moment and risk still losing against Valley, because Valley gonna tap that ass. I don't care what y'all say. And even though the players that you if you do bench, and the players that's playing is your backup players, you still going to play Jackson in the championship. You know what I'm saying? If things go their way out of Valley, so I don't think nothing can help them. You know, even if they try to like bench maybe the quarterback or like 2 or 3 of the defensive players, like your boy from St. James, what's his name, from Louisiana. But I don't think any of that is going to help them. They just might as well just ball out and just do their best they can, and just, I don't think anything is going to help besides benching the quarterback, because it's going to come down the road. You playing Texas A&M, they have backups. You think they're not going to play their starters the whole game? Last game of the season, they ain't going nowhere. They're trying to show out and go to school. Go get to the league. So yeah, I don't think anything is going to help them.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lost cause. I mean, A&M by 50 minimum. I mean, it's going to be bad. I mean, A&M is a good team. Like, I mean, don't get it. I mean, if you're in top 25 in the country, solid team, and they got one of the top defenses in the country. Listen, 2 quarters, maybe. I'm saying 2 quarters. Let Juwan Pass put some film out there against a very talented defense. Let the running backs, wide receivers. Your offense has some guys who could have a future. Let them put some film out there, but you still, in the back of your head, you have to know that you're not going to win the game. Don't put them out there for 4 quarters. Don't let yourself get cold, because we see in the NFL, these teams sit players out week 16, 17, and then in the playoffs, they're cold and they don't play well. So get your reps in, get the muscles warm the first 2 quarters, and then pull them out and make sure no one gets hurt. Get out of there with a respectable loss, and then go from there. But definitely don't play all 4 quarters, because you're going to get someone really hurt out there.
Yeah, and I'm on the same bandwagon as you, Blue. I see my SWAC. I'm gonna put my SWAC hat on, right? Let me put my SWAC. All right, so my SWAC hat, right, would tell me to bench everybody, because this game doesn't matter. Only thing that matters is the SWAC championship. The competitive side of me, right? Let me take my SWAC hat off. The competitive side of me tells me, okay, play it out, because if you play the 2 quarters, 3 quarters, or whatever you want to do, you got to understand you're going to see a knockoff version of this defense in the SWAC championship, which is Jackson State. So you're going to try to find a way. Like, you got to tell your boys, like, look, mentally, if we can do well against this team, right? If that means scoring points, if that means having a good game on the ground, running, passing, whatever, we have a very, very good chance to do well against them, against Jackson State in the SWAC championship. That's just me thinking ahead. And then at the same time, it takes me back to that New York Giants when the Patriots were like they had that 16-0 run, and they met them at the end of the season, and they played the whole game. They didn't bench nobody. The Giants ended up losing, but they ended up getting a rhythm they were like, okay, we can really do this. And I think if Juwan Pass and that team plays well against Texas A&M, that can give them a kind of like a boost or a spark to be like, man, we are that good. So if they put up 14 points, against Texas A&M, listen, that's a win, okay? Like straight up win, and you'll take that and you ride out in the sunset. I'll take that. So it is what it is. Next up, UAPB, Alabama A&M. Now, for me, this is a pure next game. Like, there's no possible reason that Alabama A&M should lose this game. But I will say this. Their defense lets any team have a possibility of winning this game. And I think Skylar Perry has a good chance to go for 100 on the ground and more than 100 in the air. So I don't think this is a game Alabama A&M can overlook. But at the same time, there should be no reason why they lose this game. I got Alabama A&M 45-21.
I mean, I'll agree with you on that one. I mean, I think Akil Glass probably goes for 400 or 500 yards this game. I mean, I think he throws for like possibly a career high because that secondary, Scotty, I would have faith that you could throw 200 minimum on them. Ooh. They can't cover a soul. Depending on who your wide receivers were, throw for at least 250. And I mean, they can't stop anybody. And I mean, that might be if me and Smash are your wide receivers. I mean, God forbid you get some real wide receivers. But for me, man, I got a similar score. I think A&M at least puts up 50. I would probably say 52-20 win for Alabama A&M.
Man, what you got, Smash?
Yeah, blowout by 1 million. Alabama A&M defense suck. I realized that at the for my first time seeing them play was at Magic City, and that cornerback on the right hand side, I don't know who he is. He's ass. Yeah, so this would be a game for Akil Glass. He should go to the league off this game for sure. And that's it. What it is. Ain't nothing to talk about this damn game for. We know what it is. Now I must say, if UAPB win this game, somebody getting fired from
somebody got to go. Listen, the backup defensive coordinator got to go too because they already switched out to DC. So you got to switch him out again. Like, bro, nah, bro. Both of y'all Bama's gone. All right, next up. You already know who it is. Andrew Buddy! Come on, man. No, come on. Listen, what chance do you give Andrew and the crew of putting 40 on ASU? Now, they are a defensive-minded team. You know, Rashad Davis, your boy Peyton up there, Blue, Cole Pepper. They are a defensive-minded team. Christian Clark in the middle. So they're going to have some pride. But what's the chances that you give Andrew and the crew for putting 40 on it? Blue, you got it.
Listen, man, I'd say probably 40, 35%. I mean, because you got to give Alabama State some credit. I mean, who scored 40 on them this year? Outside, I think Alabama A&M might have.
Yeah, they did.
I think that was really because they held Jackson State to 28. They held FAMU under 30. I mean, this defense isn't just going to let you put 40 with ease on them. Mm-hmm. So for me, I can see them getting close. I think I can see them in like the high 30 range, but right now I'm not confidently saying that they're definitely going to put up over 40 on this defense. Because like you said, they have talent in the back end of the defense. And really and truly, a lot of their games where they've let that Alabama A&M game, they lost earshot in the second quarter due to targeting.
Yeah.
So for me, as long as they stay healthy and everyone plays, I'll only give them probably about a 35-40% chance of going over 40 on Alabama State, especially in Montgomery too, on the road. That'd be impressive if they did that.
Paris wanted to make sure she said, hey, Valley did put 44 on them. Just
Oh, my bad. Yeah, and the field put 40.
There you go. That 12th man. What you got, Smash?
I'm gonna just say both of y'all wrong. Again, same thing I call for all of those 1,000 people who said the Jackson and Southern game was gonna be a blowout. This is Turkey Day Classic. This is a classic for Alabama State. They come in to play. Everybody coming is getting ready for Thanksgiving coming up and stuff like this. So they're gonna ball out. So if they beat Texas A&M, Texas Southern by a lot, it's not gonna be a surprise to me. Simply because I understand the magnitude of the game and the atmosphere. Something that nobody is not paying attention to. So if it be an upset, don't be like I didn't call it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
You know what I know? Do you know what I believe in? Andrew Buddy! Run it up, Andrew. Run it up on him, Andrew. Okay. I'll call this game right now. Texas Southern by 40.
Ooh, okay.
That's
what it's supposed to be, but I'm gonna just go with the underdog on this.
They ain't got no defense. They ain't got no
okay.
They can stop a nosebleed. That's facts. But no, I think, listen, it all comes down to how accurate Andrew Body is in this game. And let's not sleep on Ladarius Owens. Okay. Probably one of the top 5 most explosive backs in the league. He probably by himself is better than any running back in the SWAC East. I say that other than Bishop Bonnet. Other than Bishop. So it'll go, for me, it will go, if I'm going SWAC East rankings, it will go Ezra, Ladarius, Bishop. That's where I would go with that. No. I would go Bishop. I would go Bishop, Ladarius, and Ezra. Ezra hasn't really shown up.
Why you have Bishop above Ladarius?
Yo, Bishop, because that's all FAMU was until Rashawn McKay got his head out his ass. That's all it was. It was Bishop Bonnet left, Bishop Bonnet right, Bishop Bonnet up the middle. That's all it was. The Alabama A&M thing was that.
I don't know how you're not going to address the comment of someone comparing Andrew Body to Jalen Jones.
Right.
Whoa,
I just ran right past that.
Disrespect, God. Oh my. Time out, bro. No man, time out, bro. Nah, bro. Nah, we not about to do that. That's disrespectful. Pure disrespect.
He blocked him. Oh
Pure
my god.
disrespect. You were in timeout, sir. No. What? Disrespect. I said in the East. Listen to what I said. Top running backs in the East. All right. In the East. All right. So that's how I would rank it. But yeah, I got Texas Southern winning this. 20, 24. 24-42. 24-42 Texas Southern. Because I feel like they're gonna score. I feel like Alabama Texas A&M ain't got, Texas Southern ain't got no defense. So you know what I'm saying? So that's what I would do. Somebody said rank all. Go ahead.
I'm gonna go low scoring. 21-14 Alabama State.
I like this. Rank all the running backs. I'll go first since I brought it up. Rank all the running backs. Out of both, I'm going top 3. Right? I'm going top 3. One would be Bishop. Bishop Bonnet would be number 1 for me. Number 2 would be Ladarius. And number 3, I would take Caleb Johnson from Valley. That's what I would do. That would be my top 3. What you got, Blue?
Man, on the spot. I would agree with Bishop Bonnet at 1. I'm gonna put. I really want to go Kobe Dillon at 2. I really like Kobe Dillon. He's young. He can be explosive. I know he plays behind a great offensive line, but with no threat of a pass, the defense could put 12 in the box, have an extra man, and still Southern probably couldn't pass. So I'm giving Kobe Dillon 2.
That's good vision.
And then for 3, oh man, it's so tough. There's so many guys you could put at 3. I'm probably gonna piss a lot of people off. I'm going Gary Quarles with Alabama A&M. He's led the SWAC all season in rushing. He also has the aspect of being a receiving back. So nice. I would put him at 3. Then probably at 4, I'd probably put Nico Duffy. But for me, Duffy hasn't been consistent enough. And there's that fact that he might not even be better than Stafford Anderson on his own team. So I can't put him in the top 3 because of that. So that would probably be my top 3.
I like that. That Gary Quarles one was nice, Blue. That Gary, yeah, you got me on that one. I like that. I like that one a lot. All right, what's up? What you got, Smash?
Kobe, of course, first. Bishop second, and of course, and I don't know who I want to give 3, man. Alcorn has a running back. I don't know his name. He's not a starter though. He gets in a lot.
What?
Alcorn. They have a running back. I don't know his name. He gets in a lot though. He's not the starter, but he be on. Huh?
Right, who Blue's talking about?
Stafford Anderson?
It may be
like number 30.
Yeah. That's pretty. I know his name. He real good, and he be carrying the team. Look, every time he in that thing. So that's my 3. 5.
Right. Listen, Duffy is not in my top 3. Duffy's not in my top 3. It's all preference, but he wouldn't be in my top. Like for me, I want people who can carry the load. You know what I'm saying? Like that, because that's how my mindset. That's why Gary Qualls was like, ooh, you know, Kobe Dillon was like, ooh, but for me, I like guys who can carry the load. I've seen Caleb Johnson with over 20 carries. I've seen Gary Qualls had 35 carries against Texas Southern.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Kobe Dillon can take a load. Ladarius can take a load. And Bishop, oh man, come and everybody knows what Bishop is.
Bishop's something serious, boy. Yeah. Look at that comment right there. Say JSU O-line is great at running away from blocking. Does that account? I mean, I don't hope they get better offensive linemen next year. You know what I'm saying? It's amazing what Shedeur is doing with that. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, like we always say,
they pass block really well, though. I mean, you gotta get like they pass block enough to
they rank like bottom 2 in the SWAC and sacks allowed. I don't know how you can say that.
What I'm saying is
because they run blocking
in pass block.
No, they've allowed like the second most sack. Like they're barely above Alabama A&M.
We talking about run blocking though.
No, you're talking about
they can't run block either. They can't pass or run block.
Oh shit! Well, yeah, but I mean, yeah, that's why I said that's another reason I was saying Shedeur good because just watching like it's crazy how he don't get sacked that much. You know what I'm saying? Like he's not fast, but he just like he's slippery, I guess. You know what I'm saying? So
slowest slippery. Listen, just
that nigga slippery as hell.
Slowest slippery guy you ever met in your life. I'm telling you. All right, next up, it's the Soul Bowl, baby. Soul Bowl. All right. It is the Soul Bowl. Classic capital, whatever you want to call it. It don't matter. All right. Now, battle of the QBs. Who do you trust more? Felix or Shedeur? Newbie, you're ready. It's up. You're on Smash.
I've been complimenting Shedeur all show. You know how that is from the Jets. But I'm gonna go with Felix simply because this is nothing new to Felix, and Felix understands the atmosphere of this game. This game will be one of those games where throw the records away. You know what I'm saying? Now that's not saying Shedeur can't match that energy, but if he thought last week was something, there's gonna be a whole nother different animal. So that's the only reason I'm going with Felix because he's been in this atmosphere before, and they have something to prove. So yeah, that's why I'm going with Felix. Experience.
I'm gonna go first, Blue, and then you can. I know you're gonna hit him with some stats, so I'm just do my opinion real quick. All right. So for me, I gotta go with Felix. I want to go. I want to go with Shedeur so bad.
Me too.
But Felix he's been here multiple occasions, and I mean, he took over from a guy who was a winner. He was a winner. You know, he hasn't had a losing season being a quarterback. You know what I'm saying? He's been in the SWAC championships before. Listen, if it was anybody else, I probably would have picked Shedeur in this situation. But for me, I gotta go with Felix just because of the longevity. But I gotta go with Felix. What you got, Blue?
Man, I don't even think it's a debate. It's Shedeur Sanders. When you look, I mean, listen, I'm sorry. Like, listen, and Scotty knows, like, I'm not one of these other channels that just jumps on a Jackson State bandwagon. Like, this dude, like, when you look at pocket presence, it's Shedeur, and it's not even close. You look at, like, not even close. When you look at clutchness, as much as Felix has had his moments, Shedeur this season, I mean, there's been times where if Jackson State had any other quarterback in the SWAC, they would have lost by double digits. He has pulled that offense up by like a backpack and carried those 5 offensive linemen and those piss poor running backs to the promised land. So for me, like, man, for me, like you have to give it to Shedeur Sanders, man. I'm sorry, like he has got to be the guy here, and I trust him way more.
I mean, I want to pick Shedeur. Just a matter of everybody keeps saying the game is at the game at Jackson. I know the game at. That's the thing. How many people don't even be at the games? Scotty, you earn your SWAC hours, dog. Like you went to Mississippi Valley. Once you went to Valley, that's when you got your SWAC hours. It's people in Mississippi that never have even been in Mississippi. But nevertheless, it's just a matter of I just know. Felix been here multiple times. He understands. So this is gonna be like the craziest game of the year. for them. Watch, y'all gonna see that monster gonna be different than it. I'm telling you, because Alcorn fans are gonna show out. They're gonna show out way more than Southern fans can because it's a Mississippi game. Come on, that's cool. I want to picture there, but I'm gonna just go with experience on this one in the moment. So yeah.
Blue, when you said he put the piss poor back, that boy said piss poor back on his back. It took him to the promised land. Boo, you hell, boy. Blue, you hell, boy. That was funny, Blue. Boy, but Blue, that was funny. God damn, that was funny. That boy said, put the piss poor back. Whoo. All right, listen. Gabe, let me end it one more time.
Just love
All right, Soul Bowl, baby. Let's get it. Game of the week. Fam versus Bethune. All right, listen. Bethune is hot right now, okay? Could they make it 10 in a row? And guys, let me show you a little something since y'all, if people don't know. All right, this is what it looking like. This is what it's looking like. All right.
So, this looks familiar with another rivalry. We ain't gonna talk about
wow.
Wow. Let's go, man.
All right, so we're not picking this game, but what you got on Smash?
I'm rolling with Bethune. Bethune they don't have nothing to play for. Let's upset these jokers and don't send them to the playoffs. Mm-hmm. Is that atmosphere I'm talking about? And I've seen FAMU in person. I ain't gonna say your boy. They're a good team, but I feel like Bethune can do it in this environment. Bethune gonna show out. Bethune gonna pull an upset. That's what I'm calling.
What you got, Blue?
Yeah.
I mean, I know you're not picking a game, but
man, if FAMU loses to Bethune-Cookman this year, man, I don't have anything to say. I mean, how do you know you have a chance at the playoffs and you lose to Bethune, man, on a year where they arguably have one of their worst teams that they've had in a long time? But I mean, listen, Kamari Everett against the two safeties they have is going to be something to watch. I cannot wait for that matchup. Do they put Bell on them? Do they put Collier on them? How do they scheme for Everett? And then also, which quarterback for Bethune's going to show up? They've been so inconsistent at quarterback, but the games that they've been winning, they've had pretty decent quarterback play along with Bird being able to run the football. Bethune has to show up on the offensive side of the ball, because if you let this FAMU defense get going, that offense plays with no pressure. And when you put no pressure on Rashawn McKay and Bishop Bonnet, it's going to be a long day for you, along with Shareed and X at the wide receiver spot. You have to make FAMU feel like they have to score. If you're Bethune, the higher scoring this game goes, the more comfortable you feel.
Man, listen, that boy, first of all, that boy Shareed is a problem. He is a straight matchup nightmare, okay? Listen, Bethune, Terry Sims has been in this rivalry enough times to know what this rivalry looks like, and so has Willie. I don't think anybody on the FAMU staff has beat Bethune. A player, not a coach. I don't think nobody's on there. So Terry can go into this game with players who beat FAMU before and say, hey guys, we've done this before, we can do it again. The key to me is I want to say put the game in Rashawn McKay's hand, but the reason I don't want to say that is because if he gets the ball to Shareed and X, it's a long day for you. It's going to be a hell of a long day for you. And I think, and I want to give credit to Coach KJ Black, the offensive coordinator. He's calling a better game for Rashawn to see the field a lot easier and get what Jackson State has started doing at the end of the season, so is Rashawn McKay. Just get the ball to your playmakers' hands and let them do work. Now, Shedeur has done a lot more than McKay, but that's the gist of it.
You know how bad this is, Scotty? The last time FAMU won, I was in 7th grade. Wow. I was in 7th grade. I wasn't even in high school yet, man. The last time FAMU won a game against Bethune-Cookman.
I think I just joined the military.
Shit, I was a senior in high school. No, I was in high school. Damn, that's crazy.
Yo, that's wild. That's wild. Oh, that's funny. But yeah,
man. I think Bethune gonna pull it off, man. They don't have nothing to lose in games like that. When the team don't have nothing to lose, Doc, Man, it's their Super Bowl, and it's the biggest game of the year. Man, listen, upset. I hate to see it for fam happen like that because they have more to lose than it's gonna be. It's gonna be a good game, man.
Give me a score. Give me a score, Smash.
I'm gonna go.
There is one other participant in the
14,
contest.
28.
Okay, 14-28. All right. Well, guys, listen. You know my off-script picks come on Friday. You know Blues is going to be either Friday as well, Blue.
Yeah, it'll be Friday.
All right, too easy. Hey, listen. Also, guys, don't expect for me to do no Saturday pregame show. All right, because I'm gonna be at Jackson. I got to get to the game early because them Bama's gonna be out there bright and early. Okay, so I'm gonna be out there. I'm gonna have to 10:30, 11 o'clock just to kind of get there on time. So don't expect me for no. There would not be a pregame show. So I'm gonna try to figure it out. I might do I might not do a $100 giveaway this week since I gotta do to the thing. All right. So yeah, super like Paris said, super early. All right, call lines are open 516-259-9041. 516-259-9041. Get your calls in. All right. First guy up. Hey, Smoke, you live. Talk to us. Smoke. All right, never mind. Hey, caller, you live. Talk to us.
Hey, how you guys doing, man?
Good. Can y'all hear him?
Yeah, we good.
All right, go ahead.
Look here, can any of you guys speak to South Carolina State University? I know they're 5-5, and you know if they don't win against Norfolk, they'll have a losing record going into the Celebration Bowl. My question is, whether it's Jackson State or Prairie View, of course I'm a Jackson State fan, so I want to be Jackson State, but whether it's Jackson State or Prairie View, if one of them lose to South Carolina State, would it not only be a bad look for the SWAC, would it also be a bad look for FAM? And how critical is it for Jackson State and just the SWAC in general trying to take that step to the next level to get more consideration for the playoff, that whoever represents the SWAC cannot lose to a team that's right at 500 or sub 500?
All right, appreciate the call, my boy. I'm gonna take this just a little bit because I know a little bit about South Carolina. South Carolina is, if I'm being honest, is a bad matchup for Jackson State. It's a really bad matchup because one, they have a very, very mobile quarterback. That boy is super mobile. They have a 6'5" dog at receiver. So it's like where a lot of teams aren't comfortable throwing against Jackson State, South Carolina State is the total opposite. They would not be afraid to throw that ball around to what they have. I wish CFL was in the chat because he could definitely break it down a little. If CFL, if you're watching or whatever, please call in because he is a South Carolina State guy. I think it's a bad matchup for Jackson State. I still think Jackson State might come out with the win, but I think it's a bad matchup. I think for PV it works better because they're more balanced. They're a very balanced team. They can run just as well as they can pass. But I think it's a really bad matchup for Jackson State because they're not scared to throw the ball. Now, they haven't seen nothing like Jackson State before, but I still think it's kind of a bad matchup, which I got if y'all know anything about it.
Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
I just don't. I don't want the SWAC to lose against me yet. It's gonna be seriously, it's gonna be a step going backwards. You know what I'm saying? We got FAMU and Bethune-Cookman. It's really like the MEAC on his ass leg over there. You know what I'm saying? If they lose, it's kind of like, damn, like y'all lost even with some of the best teams gone. You know what I'm saying? So I just don't want them to lose. Period. Now the matchups, you're absolutely right. They do have a good quarterback at South Carolina State, but I think if Jackson State goes, they'll really dominate them off of just like coaching and players alone. The talent won't just outbeat them. You go ahead, Blue.
Yeah, so this is funny. Like, we actually talked about this on my live stream last night because for me, this proves why the SWAC needs to change the postseason. Who's impressed if Jackson State beats South Carolina State? And I asked, I mean, we had a good crowd last night at the live stream. Every single person in the chat said they'd rather see Jackson State FAMU Part 2. Everybody would rather see, I mean, you would rather see a Southern Jackson State game again in Atlanta.
Facts.
I would rather, and that proves, like, everyone says no one wants to watch the SWAC versus other FCS teams. I promise you it would sell out if it was Kennesaw State versus Jackson State in Atlanta.
That's real.
To South Carolina State.
That's real.
For me, I think PV and Jackson State beat South Carolina State by beat them by no more than 24 or more points. It's going to be a slaughter in Atlanta. FAMU shut them out this year, I'm pretty sure.
You're right, 28-0.
And
it was 28-0. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not even going to be close. And because the MEAC is so bad, the SWAC needs to evaluate who meets them in the Celebration Bowl. Because if it's the MEAC, you're just going to get a bunch of 5-5, 5-6 teams year in and year out that no one's going to care about.
Yeah. Listen, Blue, you already know where I stand. I feel like and I've said it on numerous occasions, if you're going to insulate yourself, because that's what you guys are doing, you're insulating yourself from everything else with your Celebration Bowl. Make the Celebration Bowl more interesting by making it a playoff system to get there, right?
Now, Scotty, stay right there. I'm going to cut you off because, of course, y'all was talking about the other day on the show about getting FAMU and getting Southern and Grambling to move the Bayou Classic. Ain't happening, but I have a better solution. Earlier, I went to Central State versus Kentucky State. That game was hella early. I want to say it was like at the real tail end of August, like right before the hurricane came. And I think it's possible for everybody to move their season up and still give and wait for that game for like Southern and Grambling to finish. That's a possible thing. All of this is giving a week up to move it up. You don't think so?
Why would
the FCS do that? Like the SWAC gave up their bid on their own accord. So why does the FCS have to
create the playoff system?
You still couldn't because of the Bayou Classic.
Because after the playoffs start that weekend.
Not if you let that game be like a weight game, like a week, like a bye week.
Listen, you can't go into the playoff where your season isn't over.
Right. Yeah.
So I mean, so it would have to be a thing where Southern and Grambling said, we don't want to go to the playoffs regardless if we're good or not, and then everyone just leaves you guys like out on the side, and then the rest of the SWAC goes and plays.
That would have to happen.
So that means Southern and Grambling would never get to win a SWAC championship.
So you would count the Celebration Bowl as you would count the Celebration Bowl as a SWAC championship?
No, he's saying go ahead, Blue. Explain it to him.
So like if even if everyone moved up and that game stayed on that weekend, the playoffs would still start that weekend. So what Southern and Grambling would have to do is be like, I don't care about the playoffs. I don't care about the SWAC championship. Y'all do y'all's own thing. We're just going to play our schedule, and then that will be like our last game, and we'll call it even.
This is how I'm looking at it, because we always talk about this fair but equal shit. We're trying to even the playing field, right? If fucking the team, I don't really curse like that. If the big teams could wait a couple weeks and play their playoff game and win in January and shit like that, why can't we do some type of alteration with the black schools or the HBCUs? I'm serious. So why can't we?
You don't listen.
Well, I'm not. Oh my bad. Go ahead.
I'm just saying the FCS doesn't want to compete with late bowl games. You don't want to compete with that because television is not going. It's not going to cater to you. You know what I'm saying?
So you mean to tell me if you have FAMU, Jackson State, Southern, and PV in the playoffs, the game would be packed?
No, they don't care about if the game is packed. Y'all care if the game is packed. I'm talking about TV. TV is not going to want to compete against high-level bowl games to watch Jackson State playing the national championship or whatever.
Because they're having some weak-ass bowl games too.
Not if you move the schedule back, because the end of December and early January are the New Year's Six bowl games, the semifinals for the FBS, and these bowl games that matter. That's why the FCS playoffs play mid-December, because they're going up against the Bahama Bowl. They're going up against the GMAC Bowl in Mobile, whatever, like it's BS bowl games. But the end of December, early January, that's legit football. Like, I mean, that's when you get the Oklahomas versus Alabamas. No one wants to go up against the SWAC. Doesn't want to see it. The North Dakota States don't want to see it. They're avoiding that at all costs. Now, what I was saying beforehand, we got kind of off track. I wasn't saying you have to get rid of the Celebration Bowl. I've given up that argument. I'm not even going to be in that argument anymore because everyone sees it differently. What I'm saying is, what the SWAC needs to do, keep it and keep the payout, keep the money. But instead of just having only the MEAC champ go in, what if you just take the best conference champion in FCS that didn't go to the playoffs, or the best team, or like the at-large teams that didn't get in? So this year it'd be like a Chattanooga, it'd be a FAMU, and some of those teams go and play, rather than you play a 5-6 losing record South Carolina State against a 10-1 Jackson State team.
They listen.
So that technically it will low key be like.
Wait. Let me say my point real quick. I know what the pushback you're gonna get is they're gonna say you're taking our money away, right? Because that money for HBCUs are gonna say that's for a black school. If you start adding white schools into it and then they're competitive, right? And they win the Celebration Bowl, then what was meant for them is going to be given to another school. But go ahead, Smash.
I mean, I feel you, Blue. I mean, I'm just along the lines of like, you know me, Scotty. If I say I'm gonna do something, I don't give a fuck what it takes to do it. What it takes to do it. But at the same time, I feel y'all. We don't want to battle with them big schools. But if we on this changing and making it, you know what I'm saying, making us as equal as everybody else, I feel like some shit can get moved. There's a lot of BS ass bowl games. They have the New Orleans Bowl, not the shit on it, but come on, man. I just feel like we can do something to move the game to make to make a HBCU playoff important. I know there's people who will sponsor this game. I watched the Bayou Classic get sponsored by so many different people these last 10 years since I was a kid. I'm just saying it's possible. I get it. We don't want to compete with them, huh?
Let me get it straight. You want everybody else to move their bowl games, but you won't move your. But you
we're not asking to move the bowl game. We asking to start like the same way of Central State and that was the side. I don't know what the conference is. They play a game up, let them have their game and just miss out on their bye week, and we just start a playoff system the following week. It's possible.
So you would have to move the whole season up and then move the playoffs back a week still. So like
it'll be an extra bye week. Exactly, like kind of like.
I feel you.
The same. So what do we consider this game, this Texas A&M game that PV playing when Southern has a bye week and Grambling has a bye week? They're playing Texas A&M. They don't need to play a game technically for real. Like it's ways. I think y'all look at it from, which I don't blame you. Y'all look at it as competing with the big boys. I'm looking at like we don't have to compete with the big boys. Still do the same thing and get this game to be lit. I don't care what y'all talk. Somebody will pick the game up. Boy, you put FAMU, Texas State, Southern, and PV, or like whoever the big wigs, or even ain't cat out of that motherfucker. But you know what I'm saying, you put the 4 big wigs in the playoff system, it's possible. I'm telling you, I see it.
First of all, 4 y'all are not getting in the playoffs because your strength of schedule is trash.
Okay, I get what you're saying. I'm just saying you put I don't care what the schools is, Scotty, but if you get 2 or 3 of HBCUs,
you're probably only going to get 1 because of the automatic big, and the rest of the schedules are so weak that they're not going to be able to come in and scoop it up unless you're like a FAMU that you're barely at the brim, right? Let's say let's keep it a hypothetical, right? Let's say the Bayou Classic was this week. Let's just say that, right? Mm-hmm. And you didn't have the Celebration Bowl. The automatic bid would go to the SWAC champion. That would be whoever wins the SWAC championship. The second runner-up maybe wouldn't go anywhere because the schedule is not strong enough to get you on your schedule alone. Hey, Blue, didn't you say a team, Kennesaw? You said Kennesaw State, another team that didn't win a championship, could jump into the playoffs.
No, I mean there's multiple teams that aren't going to like. Eastern Washington's the 5th ranked team in the country and finished 3rd in their conference.
Okay.
And so they're getting an at-large bid, of course, and they're going to be ranked. They're going to get a bye week, and they finished 3rd in their conference. The Big Sky is probably going to have 3 teams get a bye week, Scotty, that in the playoffs, that like in the FCS playoffs, because that's how good the Big Sky is. Montana State, Montana, Sac State, Eastern Washington, all 4 of these teams have been top 8 teams this year in the same conference. And so that's why their strength of schedule is all in the top 30. But so like FAMU has the 111th ranked strength of schedule. And FAMU, the reason that they're struggling to get in at 9-2 is they've only beaten 1 team with a winning record. And that was Alabama A&M.
Alabama A&M. Okay, Scotty, we need to take more callers, but the last thing. So what about a HBCU style playoff system, like we talked about before? Now listen, with moving, with my method of moving the games around. That's what I was saying when I was saying 4 HBCUs. I don't want to even play them. I think it'll be dope. So go ahead.
Listen, you don't have to move anything around. You really don't. You keep the Bayou Classic. Then you get a 1 week off, and then you start the HBCU playoffs. That's literally what it is. And then in mid-December, you have the Celebration Bowl. It's just that simple. It's not really that hard, but people act like it's so, oh my God, Scotty, oh, people don't want to travel. Okay, no,
it's not.
If the matchup is right, people gonna say, oh, Scotty, you can't base it off this year. people want to see more football. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? And rematches of conference champions or conference rivalries, that stuff matters. But let me take a caller real quick.
Yeah.
Hey, Timona, you live. Talk to us.
Oh, hey, what's up?
What's good, T?
I just wanted to say that it's kind of redundant for people to talk about HBCUs and strength of schedule. Like, the only way you're going to consistently compete at the FCS championship or even get a chance is just the automatic bid. That's the only way that you're going to consistently even get the HBCUs to be able to compete at that level. Otherwise, like you said, where FAMU has a 9-2 record and they still probably won't get in because of strength of schedule. So just do whatever the SWAC needs to do to get back into getting that automatic bid. That's what they need to do. As far as like breaking the the SWAC down or breaking down the MEAC, like I think that historically Black colleges and universities need to stay together as a unit just because there's so much history there, the fan base. We've already talked about how some of the football games need to be like out of conference games. That's all fine and good. But the only way to consistently get them in is the automatic bid.
Hey, appreciate the call, T. She's right. She's
man, I hear it.
Hey, caller, you live. Talk to us.
Hey, what up, Scotty? It's Jerome from Charlotte, man.
What's up, man? Talk to us.
So, a couple quick things, man. If I'm not mistaken, the SWAC championship game is considered to be a postseason event. Per NCAA rules, there can only be your team can only participate in one postseason event. I know that was an issue back in 2000 when the SWAC instituted the SWAC championship game, in 1999, and it became an issue with the Heritage Bowl, which is one of the biggest reasons why the Heritage Bowl was discontinued, because both of those games were considered by the NCAA to be a postseason event. Regarding FAMU, honestly, again, man, all of this could have been avoided as far as all of the scenario discussions if they just stayed in the MEAC. They clearly would have ran through the entire conference and they'd be, heading to Atlanta. As far as the schedule, I mean, it is what it is, man. They have a weak strength of schedule, and it's not going to allow them. They could be 9-2 to finish out the season, which is cool. That will allow them, access for a conversation to get in. But as far as being competitive enough, come on, man. They struggle with quite a few teams this season in the SWAC that really are kind of like at 500 or below 500. They would not be able to compete like seriously.
And Jackson State would. And Jackson State would.
I'm not. Well, so here's the thing. I am not advocating for Jackson State.
Oh, okay. I'm saying it sounds a little one-sided. I'm like, it's sounding a little one-sided.
Yeah. Just to bring clarity, because FAMU are the only people who typically are rooting for the FCS playoffs, and that's why I called in the other day and I stated it's a difference in culture. Regarding them being in the SWAC compared to the MEAC. But you're talking about moving the Bayou Classic and some of these other historical games. That's not going to happen. But number two, as far as the NCAA, if they really wanted us at the table, they just moved the FCS championship game into January. So if they moved the FCS championship game into January last year, it's possible they could very much still move the actual start date of the FCS playoffs up a couple of weeks. So it's not impossible.
So you want them to compete. Listen to what you're saying. You want the FCS playoffs to compete.
That last comment was basically to kind of give credence to what some of the other folks in the comment section were stating.
Okay, let me backtrack real quick. I want to backtrack because one, the reason FAMU is fighting for the playoffs is because they don't want a 9-2 team to go home and sit their ass on the couch like that. Nobody wants to see a 9-2 team just go home and sit on the couch. That's why they're fighting for the playoffs.
True.
If there was,
it happened in the big leagues. I mean, shit. Like fucking SEC sometimes, shit. You know what I'm saying? So what's the difference? Well, I get it. It's not really different.
No, that's not true. If a 9-2 team was
in a bowl game, you're right. That's taking a bowl game.
It'll be in a bowl game. Exactly.
Right.
So that's what I'm saying. That's the disservice that the SWAC is doing to itself by not having its own playoff system within the Celebration Bowl. If there was their own playoff in the then FAMU would be like, hey, we'll see y'all again in the playoff. You get what I'm saying? Like they would, you could keep it all in house. Go ahead.
So let me ask you this, and I like your scenario with the playoffs, but are you advocating a playoff system to get into the Celebration Bowl or a playoff system to get into the FCS playoff? I'm kind of lost.
Oh, the playoffs to make it to the bowl. This playoff system is to make it to the celebration. I don't care nothing about the FCS playoffs.
Scotty, the Celebration Bowl will now become the National Black Championship.
There you go.
And everybody, you still can have your SWAC champion, your SIAC champion. I'm fucking with that. I like it.
No. I'm not adding the SI. No, I'm not adding the CIAA. I'm not adding the SIH. I'm not adding that. It's just the SWAC and the MEAC. You cannot bring a D2 school. From what I've been told, you can't bring a D2 school in a D1 area. Blue, can you?
Yeah, I don't think they could play like post. Just like Jackson State couldn't go play in the Outback Bowl versus like a Michigan State. That would never be allowed.
And some of them teams be good enough to compete too. I mean,
no, they don't.
You don't think Albany could this year could compete? Shit, Miles almost beat.
Hold on.
I thought you were talking about like go compete in the Outback Bowl. I was
no. I'm talking about some of those science schools could compete.
Yeah.
Probably, definitely.
Go ahead, Jay. What you got?
Oh yeah, so Scotty, are you proposing this playoff system to be like a 2-day event or like a like a 2-week event?
It's a 2-week event. So let me give you my two scenarios. I have a 14 playoff system and a 16 playoff system, right? I like the 16 playoff because the teams that win their championship get bye weeks, right? So let's say Jack State wins the SWAC championship and the South Carolina State wins the MEAC championship. They get a bye week, right? So the runner-ups for those games, or the runner-up, they'll be the 2 seed, 3 seed, and then you take the best records from each conference, one more from each conference, right? So then they'll play each other. Right. And then whoever wins those meets the bye week teams. Then they play each other, and then whoever wins that go into the Celebration Bowl. So there is no MEAC and SWAC challenge. It might be for a playoff, but the Celebration Bowl could end up having 2 SWAC teams, 2 MEAC teams, 1 SWAC, 1 MEAC. You see what I'm saying? I just think that adds more football. Go ahead, Jay.
So let me ask you this. Okay, so I don't know if you're privy to this whole Legacy Bowl that's about to be instituted in January or February.
Yeah.
Basically, it's like a big HBCU combine. But what do you think about that being? Because I know Coach Fromm, his whole goal is to have more FCS bowl games, because those bowl games are going to actually generate more revenue for the participating schools, et cetera. What do you think about having an additional bowl game, let's say the Legacy Bowl, for like a FAMU versus Norfolk State?
Blue, if I'm not mistaken, is the Legacy Bowl an all-star game?
Yeah, so it's like the Senior Bowl for like HBCUs.
Yeah, so that doesn't that kind of wouldn't count. But what go ahead, Blue. Go ahead.
Oh, I was about to say, he has a point. So like there's been a lot of talk about shrinking the FCS playoffs, because how often is the 24 seed going to go on and run the table and win the championship? Probably not very likely. But if you shrunk it down to like 12 teams, what about having bowl games for the rest of those teams? Like it could be like the like the FBS teams where you have that 12-team playoff, but then you can go take, if a Kennesaw State doesn't make it, they can play FAMU in Atlanta in a bowl game. Then Jackson State can go play, the second best team in the MVFC. You can go play at Illinois State, and then you can have all these bowl games across the country, and it would probably provide more revenue than the playoffs. And then also shrinking the playoffs will probably help the revenue, because you won't have first round games like North Dakota State beat someone by 60. Because with 24 teams, you're going to get teams to slide into those last few bids, like Mercer this year. If Mercer beats East Tennessee this weekend, they'll get an at-large bid. They're going to get just ravaged by whoever they play in the first round. So you would avoid that by just shrinking the FCS playoffs, and that's what I'm a fan for. I think 24 teams is too much, but there has been some talk about that. But the FCS football fans from around the country like it at 24 teams because it's like their identity. Just like the Celebration Bowl is the identity of the SWAC. The other FCS conferences like that they have the 24 team playoff because no one else in college sports has that really.
Facts, other than close to the March Madness. But hey, appreciate the call, Jay.
Oh, yes, sir.
All right, man. All right, we're gonna take 2 more callers. Mr. Ford, what's up? Talk to us.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes, sir, I can.
Yeah, somebody in your chat over here is having a hissy fit or something about FAMU. That's one of the reasons the SWAC has all its star powers because they added FAMU. But this is what I want to know, and this is to any of you, if you can answer. Who are y'all hearing are the candidates for these openings? Like, who's a candidate for Southern? Who's a candidate for Alabama State? Who's a candidate for, is Bethune-Cookman going to get a new coach? Y'all hearing anything on that? That's what I want to hear. Thank you, and y'all have a good night.
All right, appreciate it, Mr. Ford. Hey, Smash, if you're going to speak on the Southern situation, you can. If you know.
I mean, I'm hearing. I don't want to say no fault. I don't want to say it, but I can tell you, we talked about it before. I'm hearing a very somebody who is doing hell of a good in the SWAC right now. Yeah, he probably gonna come get the job. I'm just ready for everybody to. What? I'm ready for everybody to go. I hate to say it. I know a boy didn't get a fair shot. I'm just ready for everybody to go because, like that old guy said on your show a couple weeks ago, we win, and our fan base is just like Grambling. I mean, if you don't come in winning, we're gonna hate you. You know what I'm saying? It's sad about our fans, and we gonna ride with you when you win, but when you lose, I mean, hey. But I'm not gonna let the comment he made about FAMU coming, we not having the star power. Last time I checked, y'all came to the SWAC. Let's not talk about that. Anyway, yeah. But I don't know about Grambling. But I will say this: I don't like how they did 5. I know he losing, but at the same time, this is a SWAC thing, Sky. Like, you know what I'm saying? He was that dude, you know what I'm saying? I think he's lacking resources over there too. There's a lot, it's like that may be going on with Graham that we don't know, but just for a season like this, or COVID season and this season, they ain't like 5s. I'm just letting you know.
I ain't giving 5s not a damn lick. I don't feel sorry for him at all. Not even a little bit. You know why? Listen, I'm all, you know what my standard is? Coach Dancy. That is my standard. He has half the scholarships of every school in the freaking program. He took Jackson State down to what? I think 8 points. They lost to him by 8 points. He lost to FAM by 1 point. You got slaughtered by A&M. He did it. But he had some games and he's been competitive with Valley. I don't feel sorry for Coach Fobbs. I do not feel sorry for you. Okay. Coaching is a what have you done for me lately? You ain't done shit.
I got a road. That was just my personal opinion. You know what I'm saying? But I feel you. And then I understand it. I do. You don't win. Like I said, their fan base is like ours. If you didn't win, you gotta get the fuck. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Got to get going. All right. So this is my thing. Is this for Grambling? I don't know anybody. First of all, I wouldn't even want that job if I'm being honest with you. I don't even get it. You can give it to me. For real. But who I would like to see at Alabama State is Coach Dancy. I would like to see Coach Dancy there. I've heard of, I think the guy from Miles, I think he is a candidate, but a lot of this stuff has been under the table. The Southern job, man, everybody and their mama are probably gonna want that Southern job because they have talent on the roster. It's not a complete rebuild. It's something you can work with. And if I was listen, I said it on my Twitter. Listen, Grambling, Coach Dwayne Taylor, right? The OC for Alabama A&M is sitting right over there. You got a young quarterback, Noah Bolden. You can have Coach Dwayne Taylor come in, groom that up, get him. He's been with Coach Maynard with the Division II National Championship run. So he's seen it all, probably done it all, won a SWAC championship. So
Scotty, a question. Why you say I wouldn't want that job? Just why? That's the question.
Because it's a rebuild. That job is that job is a rebuild. Like, to me, because you have to scrap the culture. Like you have to scrap the whole culture and come in and infuse everything with you. And then now, and you're still going against, you got to go against Southern. You got to go against Alcorn. You got to, and like you said, Grambling's going to expect to win. They're going to feel like they're LSU. This is a
they're winning franchise. They know for winning. I feel you. But I was saying, I thought you was going along the lines of which I was talking about the other day when they were like, it's in the country and stuff like that. Man, if somebody go coach at, all right, cool, because Grambling ain't as bad as everybody make it. But I feel you though, rebuild. But yeah, whoever they get as a coach, man. Oh, and somebody said Bruce Eugene the other day.
Who?
No, Bruce Eugene, the big boy quarterback.
Oh, the quarterback.
Yeah, if he wants to go, that'd be interesting to see. But I don't know. But what you think, Blue Buzz?
Oh man, I got no connections with Grambling, so not even like I can just list y'all names if y'all want, but like I probably have no back into it. But for Southern, man, I've been saying since the spring that Jaluk from Louisiana Lafayette should be the top option. If you can't get a celebrity coach, and I don't think a lot of Southern fans want a celebrity coach, I think Jaluk, you look at his recruiting background at LSU, you look at what he's done at Louisiana Lafayette, he built that winning culture with Billy Napier, who's the hottest candidate in the country right now at the P5 level, him and Luke Fickell really. And then look at the running back room that he had at LSU. Recruited Fournette, recruited Darius Scott. I mean, he can get those Louisiana boys to the program. So for me, that's the way I would go, because if you can't get a celebrity coach, you want a coach who can keep up in recruiting and can recruit the state of Louisiana. He checks off both boxes and has P5 talent where every LSU transfer is calling him on the phone. So Southern might become that pipeline for those LSU players who want to play in. And then for Alabama, State, for me, I really think they should throw a bag at Hugh Jackson. I think they should throw the whole bag at him. You get an offensive mind in there with a young quarterback in Nettles.
Yeah.
Offense has been your problem. You get an offensive genius to come in there. Now, does he leave Tennessee State? I don't know. That's not my decision, but I think he should at least get a call. And then if not him, maybe even like a Pat White would be a solid call to make up there.
Blue, you said something that you don't even know the history of. It's crazy. Jabbar Jaluk, let me tell you about this. That's one thing we've been fussing about Southern. That's the only thing I had against Old, because I feel like he didn't recruit in New Orleans and surrounding areas like crazy. Everybody know Ed in the car, right? Championship team, a high school team, right? Jabbar Jaluk was the starter of that dynasty when I was in high school. They beat us. That was my senior year. He went to, LSU. The talent is right there in the damn backyard. And people asking why we good. Like your boy, what his name is, the defensive end for PV. He right there in St. James. So the Jabbar Jaluk is a hell of a name, and people gonna be like, where he come from? You gotta know to know. But the fact that you even know that Blue Bud, I mean, you know your stuff, my guy. So yeah, hey, put the bomb. Scotty.
Listen. There we go. Call him the boy wonder for a reason. Okay, it's not for show. The boy wonder for a reason. He knows what the hell he's talking about. All right. Hey, Smoke, you loud. Talk to me. Smoke. Why Bama's be calling in anybody? Damn, that be killing me. Hey, call you live. Talk to me.
Hey, what's going on?
What's up? What's your name? Where you call from?
How does this Vince from Jackson, Mississippi?
All right, talk to me.
All right, the question I got is how they're about to vote on this new NCAA Constitution, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, how does that affect the the decisions that these the FCS schools can are willing to how they can change their structure? Does the new NCAA Constitution allow them more freedom to schedule these bowl games like you say, or do anything as far as sports wise where they can have freedom to to kind of like go away from traditional the programs?
All right, go ahead, Blue. Take it over. It's all you, baby.
Yeah, it's all you.
I don't think it has anything in there from like bowl games. The last time I looked at it, it was more. It's more about like NIL and things like the big changes coming down the line for college football. But I don't think there's anything about bowl games. But I do know the conferences are fighting for more rights. So I'll just go on a way far tangent on this. So I've been very vocal that I think college football should move away from the NCAA. I think the NCAA is literally rotting college football from the inside. So what I've suggested on my show is instead of we should have a college football commissioner that gets voted on every so many years, and then a panel around the commissioner from all the conferences. So every conference at the FCS, FBS, D2 level sends a representative, and we have kind of like a brain trust for college football away from the NCAA. So that way conferences have more power. We give more players rights. We have more player movement, more coaching movements, and
more money opportunities.
Exactly. And you can change up the revenue sharing system, things like that. And so you would have a more equal playing field for all these levels of college football. Now, usually when people hear a commissioner, they're like, oh man, that's one guy having too much power. Well, we create the panel, and then the panel votes on the commissioner. So like the panel always votes ahead of the panel. That way it stays in-house and we don't have to involve the NCAA. I really think everything that's wrong with college football reverts back to the NCAA. You can look at the players not being paid, the NCAA. You look at the lack of player movement, the NCAA. You look at the corruption in college football, the NCAA. You look at how some schools get funded, some schools don't. Some bowl games are created without funding or voting, all the NCAA. The NCAA, if you do your history, has killed college football.
Not just college football, basketball too.
Yeah, exactly. So everything has to move away. So I think it's coming soon. Greg Sankey for the SEC is leading the charge to pull away from the NCAA. The SEC is going to be the first conference to do it. I'm saying it here. And I think the rest of the Power Five, you saw the alliance with the ACC, Pac-12, and Big Ten. That's a first step. But for me, these conferences have to come together and fight for their voices, because right now the NCAA is taking advantage of student athletes or taking advantage of the schools. And for right now, man, it's just a power structure that's not going to be viable moving to the future as we get into, the 2030s, 40s, 50s. If college football is going to survive that long, they got to pull away from the NCAA.
Come on, Blue. Come on, Blue. That's why I said, hey, Smoke, you're not getting back on this jank, bro. So no. You had 2 chances to call in, stay by your damn phone. You didn't make it happen. You're not. You're done, son. You're done. Okay.
Hey, I see. JSU Tiger said I never gave my Soul Bowl pick who I think will win the game. I have a question. Is this how I go? If Alcorn beats Jackson and if Valley beat PV, don't Jackson and Alcorn play again?
Yeah.
That's what I want to happen. That's right there. I want Jackson because imagine that twice in Memorial Stadium. Man, that's what I want to happen. Right. And I think it'll be more interesting game if Alcorn play for the SWAC championship against Jackson. So that's the only reason why I want Alcorn to win this following weekend, just so they can play again. Yeah, I don't want to see PV versus Jackson.
Hey, Blake, you the last caller.
And let me go ahead on this. Hey, Smash. My God, show you right about that Smash. And let me come behind that to say, first and foremost, I would like to acknowledge all the brothers on live, Brother Script, Brother Blue, and Brother Smash. So I've been calling in for about 3 days, trying to get on here. So Script, you were talking the other day, and y'all had a small debate about Hampton versus Miller. And you said that Miller is a hammer, single tool. All right. Now, you couldn't just quite explain and put Hampton all together. So I'm gonna help you out here right quick, brother. So Hampton is a Swiss Army knife on the defensive team because he brings so much. He can. He like the MacGyver, the black MacGyver on JSU team, because he's a Swiss Army knife, and everybody know growing up watching MacGyver. MacGyver had that little red Swiss Army knife that got him out of a whole lot of situations. So he pretty much helps get JSU out of a whole lot of situations. All right. So now we're going to move right along. So as we go down the list, we also had some conversation talking about, Shiloh. We just going to understand Peoples. There was a garbage time interception, and let me be clear about this. Hey, it counted, but it didn't count. It didn't show playmaking ability with 25,763 people / fans / coaches / cameraman / commentators / trainers, the state troopers, and the water boys. Everybody knows. Hey, it was one play. It was a Hail Mary / hey, it was a Hail Mary going downfield. So, hey, Smash, don't hate me for this when I say this. But you all 6'5" receiver stood there and looked and said like, is you gonna get it? Or am I gonna get it? You playing defense? It in my ball. I mean, that's what it kind of was. And Shadur made a play on it. So nobody's hating on it. Okay, Lou. Okay, let's move right on down. For Jackson State Alcorn, we got to keep Shadur on his spot, contain the receivers on the deep passes, especially Mr. Corbin and AKA Mr. Wiseman. Have anybody heard if anything is going to come out with anything dealing with the fisticuffs that was thrown after the game? Because it was caught on, ESPN that Mr. Wiseman threw out a church's special, a three-piece with a honey biscuit out. He was caught on camera. So, we the SWAC people was wondering about that as well. It was another receiver that was caught on camera. He was going under the face mask. He was throwing uppercut like Muhammad Ali on that thing. Am I wrong about that? Okay, let's move right on down the line.
Hey, let me answer something right quick, because I see one of your brethren from Jackson State. They said if a boy would have lost Shadur, then y'all have been on his case. I mean, Shiloh about his case about losing the game. So they kind of got a little bit of relevance to it,
Yeah, you're definitely right about that. And so, with me talking, I definitely knew that, JSU is a strong fan base. I knew it was going to be coming back, and and that's the good thing about this show, that we have the ability to debate. Okay, it's a difference between debate and arguing, because we do see and have different viewpoints. And just like you showed, Smash, that when you slowed it down, did it look like it was a touchdown?
No. It's nothing about it. It wasn't. It wasn't.
I'm glad that you said that you sent that into the SWAC.
I've been sending stuff to the SWAC for last year.
Want to know if anything is going to happen. Go ahead.
Let me tell you, bro. Like I'm very transparent. Like a lot of these other fans, I'm a huge Southern fan, but I give y'all props when y'all won, and just like I was able to call that ref when Shadur didn't get his free play twice, they stopped it. Why? You know what I'm saying? When our player jumped outside, if I can give it to you, I can release it. But just like these COVID rules, they was making all them rules. I sent the video to the crowd, a bunch of plays. I'm always sending to the SWAC in 4K, so there's no little cell phone video. I have real cameras out there, so. I just think that the SWAC is beyond that BS, and I also feel like I'm gonna say this. I'm always saying I think Deion would do more justice for HBC football as a SWAC commissioner than the head coach. I'm gonna say that's how I feel. I love Deion for everything he's bringing to the SWAC and attention. I think he needs to be in administration versus a head coach. But that's just my thing.
I have your answer, Blake.
And with that being said, that's going to bring me to our next point that I was going to get to. I just want the people to know that have no fear. This is breaking news. We are going to export and import. We're going to export the old referees out, and we're going to import some new referees in for the new game. And just based on the footage that's going to expose them, then, sooner or later, SMASHTIME is going to happen.
Go ahead, Blue. What were you saying?
Yeah, so last night a parent commented on my live stream and did say Nugget and Wadman are suspended for this weekend's game. I don't know if it was for the fight, but they are suspended for this weekend.
Yeah, they are.
All right. Can
I say this by me being there? Like, I don't want to sound like it wasn't. Yes, they should be penalized, but bro, like, what happened? No, don't worry about it. I just feel like. I don't know, man. It's just when you have a passion for the HBCU,
we don't care. Okay, if it's our school, we want it. Like, no matter what school it is, if it happened, it happened, and we want something to be done about it. Like, that's something like the kids got to learn.
Yeah.
no matter when they get out of school. So we want to make sure that the SWAC and the SWAC commissioner is keeping it across the board fair for all teams. Because if it happens, it happens. No matter after the game, right after the game, or during the game, is right is right, wrong is wrong, and this can be debated back and forth all day.
I'm gonna also say this as person with video of a lot of the incident. If you want to see, you can see it. I commend the coaches on both sides, how they handle the situation. Because if we talk about fighting the teams that I know and the size dudes I've seen out there, that could have got way worse than out of hand than it happened. Now, I'm not saying they shouldn't have got suspended, but I just commend the coaches and everybody who stopped it, which they got a dude played on Southern team who coach for what you call him right now. He red. I don't know if he played linebacker coach, but shout out to everybody who diffused that situation because it really could have got way worse. And it could have got as worse as a lot of people making it. I'm gonna say that. But they suspended. I'm on the wrist. I'm saying give them the suspension as they deserve. But I'm gonna just say it could have got way worse. Just being in it. I'm on the field. You know what I'm saying? Could have got way worse. And I've seen players shaking each other's hands. You know what I'm saying? That's what we don't. We quick to down the players, and we're not talking about the stuff that actually it was players, man. They stopping players, dapping each other off as big as a rivalry this was. You know what I'm saying? Like. I don't want to talk about it, but I feel you. Suspend them, do what you got to do. Highlight them in the SWAC in the SWAC championship because they going no matter what. I want to see, like I said, I want to see Alcorn win this game just so I can see Alcorn and Jackson State in the SWAC championship again. That's just my thing. But yeah, I don't know, man. I get passionate behind SWAC. HBCU football because we get a lot of outside. People who just don't even go to games. You only going off of what you see. We talk about attendance. I'm at these games. Speaking of, I'm gonna be at the Jackson State game. Scotty, what the tailgate said. Because I'm definitely gonna be there. So y'all show me the Jackson hospitality or whatever. But yeah, man, whatever. I feel good call, man. Good call.
All right, Blake. What's up?
Hey, only thing I want to say was me being an Alcorn fan, I definitely wasn't wishing nobody to get suspended. Nothing like that. I wasn't wishing that on Jackson State. I want them to be there with their footage just like Alcorn. Hey, Squirrel, I need about 2 minutes. I need about 30 seconds. Hey, this is a tribute for Blue. Blue, I couldn't let you get away, without giving you, a congratulations, Congratulations. We want to know what's been in that blue cup. Blue, what are you sipping on? Hey, and this is Mr. Who That Nigga on that nap for everybody or anybody that didn't know. This is brought to you live, and we'll be live in effect at Jackson State. So y'all come right on down to the concession stands and see us at the Taste of the South, and this is sponsored by the Taste of the South. Hope you enjoyed the comedy as well as the good questions. Blue, again, congratulations. Hey, Smash, good talk. Hey, my brother from a different mother, OFFScript. I know. Hey, boy, I see you right there. I see you just got that hair done, boy. You're looking good. You're looking pretty good over there. So I'll see y'all this weekend. Y'all have a good one. Hey, and this is Mr. Who That Nigga on that net. And I'm out.
All right, peace, Blake. Thank you. All right, that's the last part. All right, listen. So with the suspensions, right? So I'm shutting the call lines down. So, all right. So with the suspension, this is my thing. It's a smart move. Smart move by Deion. It's a hell of a smart move by Deion. You're not leaving it up to the SWAC office. This game really doesn't mean anything. Alcorn and Jackson State fans will say it means everything, but to Deion, it doesn't really mean much because you're already in the championship game. And I don't want to give you the chance to suspend my player for 2 games where I need him for the biggest game of the year. So I think it's a smart play. Suspend the guys that were on film and you can peep them out. Hey man, you sitting out for the game and come back for the SWAC championship. It's just that simple to me. So it's a smart play. It's politics, man. You just do what it does. So, and then like the SWAC office gonna be like, no, Deion, they need to sit out 2 games. Hell no. They not about to buck that system. So do what you got to do. And then, Deion apologized and he stood by his apology, and suspended the guys that were a part of the stuff. So we'll see if Southern does anything. They weren't fighting themselves.
Good luck. They suspended for the bye week. What are you talking about?
We
playing ground. So they could be all right. They be all right. Shit.
No, they need to suspend Rollins for that last second. Let's put Weidman on one-on-one coverage on the outside. The next game, they're gonna treat him like when your brother tries to play video games with you and you unplug his controller. They're gonna unplug his headset. He's gonna be thinking he's calling the plays. Definitely not. They're like, we're gonna win this Bayou Classic. I don't want you anywhere near it. We're gonna give you a fake headset right now.
Hey, listen, Blue, I got a question for you. First of all, I think the Bayou Classic is going to be the most boring game of the year, honestly. All right, so now this is my listen. I want you to stay with me. This is my idea. My idea is this: you fired Fobbs, you fire Rollins on the bye week, right? You do a raffle for fans, right? And they pay for the tickets. Whoever wins the raffle can coach the game. Now, tell me that wouldn't be exciting. That two fans are your head coach. Are your like celebrity special guest coaches? They come out, they coach the Bayou Classic. The game is boring, but it's exciting at the same time because now fans are calling the plays. Tell me that wouldn't work.
Man, this got to be the worst fucking Bayou Classic scenario. So Bayou Classic always come down to whoever win it, go to the SWAC championship, or either somebody trying to stop somebody from going to the SWAC championship. This shit is crazy, but I mean, Scotty, it's still gonna be a good game. It's the atmosphere, it's the biggest fucking classic. Not a good game, but I mean, a good thing to happen. It's the first one back since COVID, man. You crazy, they'll be all the time. Entertainment wise, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, go ahead. I feel you, that'd be funny.
It would be dope, right? Listen,
funny as hell.
Just put me on the SWAC. Listen, put me on the SWAC committee of the good ideas. You know what I'm saying? Like my mom used to be like, "Oh, the good idea fairy." Right? Put me on that committee, right? Because that's a great idea. That's fan involvement. That's the game more exciting.
You're gonna get some players hurt. you're gonna get them kids' future, man.
No, that comment's perfect. Scotty's gonna be on the sideline like Coach Sturdy. He's gonna be like, "Piss down your leg. We didn't want to be a playmaker."
Moments too big, you know what I'm saying? But hey, guys,
Scotty loves Ladarius Skelton so much, he'd be playing quarterback, running back, wide receiver, offensive tackle, safety, kick return.
Bro, listen, bro, it'll be some straight remember the Titans. I'd be like, you both ways. You're going both ways. Like we're not taking no chances. We out here both ways. Listen, you'll see Skelton in so many different positions. It'll blow your gosh darn mind. But that's just me being a coach, other than these other coaches. But that's just a little something. But you got anything to go? Anything you got to go before you? Anything you want to promote Smash before we get up out of here?
Oh, I mean, shit, man. Y'all like, comment, subscribe to my channel. Subscribe to Blue Buzz. Subscribe to them. I will be at the game on the sideline this weekend. Y'all see me, holler at me. I'm gonna be at the game hella early. Like I plan on leaving New Orleans like at 6 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? So 6:39, I'll be like by 9 o'clock. Chilling, tailgating for anybody who got something to say. You Jackson State fans, we told you. I don't mind. I'm very transparent. But I had a thing on me too. But anyway, yeah, man. Yeah, man. I do want to come tailgate with y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? So it's a good game. I'm all for football, and I will be shooting some highlights too. You know what I'm saying? Every game I went to, I got Scott. You see the footage I got?
Hey, that joint, that joint is pretty legit.
The highlight I'm gonna make for the whole SWAC is gonna be like. The SWAC should hire graduates like myself to do media for the SWAC because we don't get a lot of like exclusive stuff like I be shooting, man. But y'all gonna see. But I'm gonna be out there thugging it, man. So y'all holler at me if y'all see it, man.
All right, man. Hey, and listen, I got SWAC's his link to his YouTube. Make sure you guys go ahead and click on that, subscribe to that, and then also he has his IG. But hey, Smash, appreciate you for tuning in with us, my boy. Hey, till next time. All right. Hey, Blue, what you want? Hey, you got anything you want to push out before we get up out of here?
Man, listen, I'll be doing a live stream on Sunday for the selection committee for the FCS playoffs. So all the FAMU fans, you better be rooting for Kennesaw State and ETSU this weekend. If those two teams lose, you ain't making the playoffs. So tune into the live stream on Sunday to find out if FAMU actually gets a chance at the playoffs.
All right, and once again, listen, right after this, so about 9:05, 9:10. Me and the lady, my missus, we're doing a late night show, top 5 male, female singers of all time, right? Bring your own list. We're going to bring our list. You know what I'm saying? Listen, call in. We're going to have a discussion about it. This is not a football topic. All right? So don't call in and say, hey, Scotty, I want to ask you a quick question about Jackson State. I'm going to say, I'm going to ask you a quick question when I hang up on you. All right? So don't do it. Don't do it to yourself. All right? I'm not trying to embarrass you. So directly after this stream, about 9:05, 9:10. Let me get some time to get my stuff set up, and we're gonna go right back into it, and we're gonna have a good time. But hey, Blue, as always, my co-host, appreciate you coming out. The boy wonder. All right. Until next time, you know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna holler. God bless.